Hello everybody and welcome to the semi-finals of the Qualification Round 2 of Ultimate Team Tournament 2. Playing on the south side of Eindhoven country for us today, in the blue Von Asten as the Soviets, and in the yellow trunks, Helping Hands as the Brits.
Yeah, and on the north side we have, as the red player, it's Hooligan fighting for the OKW, and his mate is the Wehrmacht player on the left with Pharaoh. And yeah, it's really interesting to see because I think from the single skill, Helping Hands and Von Asten are better, but with Pharaoh and Hooligan are way more trained together. They played a lot and practice a lot of 2vs2. Helping Hands and Von Asten are new, and yeah, let's see what goes better, team play or skill.
Absolutely. Just to call something right at the start of the game, very important here. Von Asten jumping in with armored assault tactics straight away. He's doing that to utilize radio intercept, which is going to start feeding him audio commands for what his opponents are building. So a really nice commander to switch on early. And you can just hear that going off there. He's getting those notifications that grenadiers are being built. And as he's going for the sniper, that's going to allow him to detect if there's any counter sniping going to come in. So nice from the start. Just to pick up on what you were saying, Sturmpanther, yeah, like Helping Hands and Von Asten are two incredible 1v1 players. But we have seen in the past, you know, Refero, Hooligan, if we look at like 1v1 tournaments like Grand Championship Series 2, you know, these guys were huge players, you know, in those tournaments. Hooligan had some of the best 1v1 games we'd seen there. So I think it's not so imbalanced here. I think, you know, we're looking at a really good game incoming.
Yeah, we can see the first fight of the date already. Both players seems like to focusing more on the right, so with the units trying to deal with Helping Hands, but he has 3 intersection in green and yellow cover on max range, so Axis have to fall back.
Absolutely.
Also, what's interesting to see is that normally you play the Wehrmacht player versus Brits to counter snipe, and this time we have OKW versus Brits, and you can see the Grenadiers and Volks have no chance right now versus intersections.
Yeah, of course they are. They're going to be trying to deal with this right at the start by getting together in bulk and trying to push allies off of the right-hand side of the map. If they could get double fuel at the start, it would be really good. But of course, Von Asten, you can just see on the mini-map, has decapped fuel for Axis on the left-hand side. And Sniper, I think, just opened up 2 shots at the start of this game. So Refero knows there's a sniper. Will he go for a counter sniper? Not sure at this point.
Saving manpower right now, so could be. He's almost together, but there's a lot of blob in the middle. Walking now from the right side to the left side, going for the left cutoff point to completely cut out the resources on the left side.
Yeah, I think
that's blobs, it's a sniper.
It's smart play because, of course, Von Asten has just connected the fuel on that side. So that's going to stop the fuel income for allies. I know it looks pretty bad at the moment for Von Asten and Helping Hands, but actually it's not as bad as you think, because Soviets, especially when they go for a sniper early on, you know, they lose a lot of ground in the start. They don't have many units to cap with, but now that they've got the sniper, now that the conscripts are coming out, this is going to be a very fearsome army for Refero and Hooligan to deal with.
Yeah, Flamer upgrade for Von Asten, pushing now the left side away. Should win the engagement with Sniper and Flamer, and Refero is not going for a counter sniper. He's rushing probably for a 2-2. Already 2-2 is up in his base. And let's see if he goes for any light vehicle any soon.
Yeah, we'll see if they utilize that fuel advantage. Air landing officer, by the way, or assault officer, sorry, is chosen from Helping Hands. And just cleverly dodges an incendiary grenade there, showing that Helping Hands is furiously microing this unit right now just to get the Volks Grenadiers out. And this is really good for allies. They managed to get a really good start, I think, when you consider that the sniper's on the field and they're taking that fuel back and they're pushing up the center now to start decapping. At least I think that's what Hands is about to do, is to decap the resources on the right.
On the right victory point, we have fighting Stumpany versus conscripts. Of course, close range Stumpany wins, and already what I like, Hooligan was planting 2 mines already. We have one on the right victory point and one on the fuel side, so mines can win games in late game.
Absolutely. Oh, Hands there with a cheeky nade, trying to catch the Stern Pioneers on the retreat. Hands, of course, famous for doing that, but not a great one, to be honest. Not a great grenade.
Oh, I like that. Refero is going for the double counter snipe. He's building a sniper and a 222. But Van Asten, as you already said, will know it because of radio interception. So he knows. And let's see what he can do versus the 222. Fast AC or sticky nades from conscripts.
Well, actually, we're on Von Asten's player card at the moment, and he just heard in his headset that an enemy sniper has been built. So you can see here immediately Von Asten on hold fire with the sniper. He's going to pick a good position now and maybe try and wait it out and try and get that counter snipe.
He's trying to hunt, luring in from Von Asten, and he has T-gun snares to protect the sniper, so he should be safe so far. This looks decent actually. Allies come back, have fuel, victory points, munition points. Stabilized. Two grenadiers pushing the left side will push out the conscripts.
I think this is a really good push, actually, a counter push from Hooligan and Refero. And they're actually going to potentially take double fuel here. Stern Pioneers are trying to take the fuel now. There's a lot of Volksgrenadiers kind of bunched up here trying to connect the territories together. And now we've got Volksgrenadiers from Hooligan. I think maybe they're just to support the sniper a little bit. But that sniper, I'm pretty sure, is just being reserved for a counter snipe. And Von Asten knows all about it already.
Yeah, he has to really be careful. Refero is pushing a little forward with the sniper, but at the moment snipes on the right side, so he's safe. Fuel is decapped from the Allies player, but will get back in the hand of the Allies. And we see assist gun in production to counter the 222, so no AC.
Yep.
Double AT
it
guns
looks like Hooligan and Refero, they brought a Puma out onto the field, OKW Puma. So I think they may be preparing for something like the AEC to be here. And it'll be really good actually if Helping Hands and Von Asten maybe just don't go for that light vehicle. They can pretty much negate the effect of the Puma that way if it's spotted early enough.
Yeah, I like it. Helping Hands just used in the middle with the Destroy Engineers, destroy cover to delete a line of sight blockers so they see way better to the left side. Always a nice feature to use. Yeah, the moment it's defensive play from both player sides. I have the feeling nobody's really playing very aggressive on the cut-off points. Every team is waiting for mistakes from the other side. Like right side on now, close range. Oh. Is he chasing with the 222 on the Flavor Pioneer?
Don't know about that.
There.
Just see, by the way, Helping Hands bringing up a mortar pit. This is a great position for it on this map. We saw it a lot last week, and it was very, very effective. And Hands, by the way, they've just spotted that Puma with the assault officer now. So we'll see if that makes any changes to teching. Helping Hands, of course, has gone for Royal Artillery Regiment. No surprises there. We've seen that pretty much every game, at least that I've cast in this tournament from Brits so far.
Definitely. We have, I think, only one single time it was Land Mattress. Every else was definitely Ranchman. And Hooligan is always pushing again. He's always decapping the right side. Maybe Helping Hands need to put their riggers and put it there somewhere to deny that. But meanwhile, on the other side, Van Asten is doing the same as the conscript, decapping the other fuel. So they're changing the fuels on both sides.
Just actually saw the assault officer threw a grenade to disable a mine on the right-hand side of the map, and I think they saw that due to the minesweepers that are currently on the sappers. Helping Hands there, just trying to get hold of this fuel as quickly as possible. Von Asten doing a really good job of harassing the western side of this map. But again, I mean, this is one of the things, we were just having a little chat about this at the start, well, just before the start of this game, and talking about the dynamic of, you know, top-level 1v1 players when they try to get into a team together. And one of the weaknesses is that you might find that they start playing two 1v1s on their own, side by side on the map. And I think we see at the moment there's nearly like a complete split of the factions left and right. And that may be happening already. You can see in the scoreline, Allies are nearly at 250 VPs already in this game. So whether that comes down to a teamwork issue or just the start game they had, I think is to be debated.
Yeah, hard to say, I guess. I mean, it's always, if you play with Sniper Soviet, you're so slow in the early game, and that's why Axis had triple kill in the early game. Push the victory round. We have a Maxime now from Aston as well, so going heavily in support weapon teams. Another Maxime comes, there's already 2 MGs now, 1 AT gun. So he's skipping completely to 70, which is smart, I think, because as you already said, there's a Puma out, a T-gun out. So let's go for the heavies.
Yep. Well, I think actually, you know, both Von Asten and Hans, I think the strategy here, when you look at both of their armies, you know, Von Asten's a little bit more of a support player, and Hans, I think, is he's got the capability to play aggressive. I mean, Brits have had some changes with the Winter Balance patch, where the infantry are a bit better on the move now. You know, so those standard rifles, I think, well, they changed from like 1 to 0.5 in their on the move. You know, on their on-the-move accuracy. So they're a little bit better now. And I think if Hans is going to be playing the front line with the support weapons to cover him, there's definitely a working formula here, but we need to see that start happening.
And seems like the mortar could making some trouble for the Axis player, because right now Refer is building a mortar to try to deal with it. And one single mortar is not enough. They need to make a good flank somewhere. Oh, Puma's half-life. Get some nice shots in the conscript row. Conscript has to retreat. On the right side we have engagement as well. 2 foils with 2 intersection and green cover. What do you think, who will win?
I think that's going to go to Hans, to be honest, and I think that was well dealt with. Alright, fresh half-track at the disposal. We heard there on Von Asten's card again. And it's the Stuka that's come onto the field. I think maybe correctly assessing there's a lot of support weapons on the field from Von Asten. So Stuka's bound to be lethal.
Definitely, Stuka is an awesome pick right now. So many weapon teams around if you get some good hits. And there are no tanks out, so nothing to fight for somewhere. And victory point at the moment 2 for allies, so they stabilize a little bit. Mine's going down the middle as well from Von Asten.
I think they were spotted actually. I think those mines were spotted before. I'm not sure if Von Asten just managed to get away in time. But here's that first Stuka barrage. And let's have a look where it goes. Perhaps not in the position that Hans and Von Asten expected, but no real damage there. I think 1 kill on the first barrage. Which is a real shame, because you always want that unit to have a big impact on its first hit. That has not happened.
Yeah, definitely. You should wait before you see some Maxime's AT gun. That was lucky enough for the Allied side, so they have a little bit of time until the next barrage comes in 90 seconds. Masten's trying to get the left victory point with constant Maxime, but here comes the flank, 2-2 and Grenadier, so he has to shoot the Maxime. Riflenet going in on the Maxime.
That's a beautiful play, though. The AT gun is right in a position where it can get a final shot. It's going to take it. Scout car is out of control. And it's worth noting, by the way, Refero, who has picked Jaeger Armor Doctrine, may have been relying on the Vet 2 recon buff that comes from, vision buff that comes from the Scout car. So that might be a big loss for him.
Yeah, it was a nice pick here for allies. Important one. But they still need more. Axis is still strong, pushing always again, and can be going to for triple cap again for Axis, and you really don't want to do that. So land also going in the middle to decap it. And you should see maybe some tanks now from Crit player. You could go for Cromwell, protection for that.
Yeah, Cromwell might be
waiting for anything else.
Cromwell may be an interesting choice here, and Cromwell is quite good against infantry now, because it's had some of its changes to the machine gun to the coaxial MG, and maybe that's a good idea to help tackle the OKW player. We'll have a look though. Hans and Von Asten are starting to really come back into this game.
Yeah, yes, Bren upgrades now on his infantry section and 5 minutes got, so the infantry fights should definitely win the side of the grid player, and He almost had a counter snipe play on the left side, but it was so close. And here comes the recon play from Rufero. He wants to know where is the damn sniper from Van Asten. To see it. He really wants to come. So Stuka coming in now. And Stuka barrage.
Oh wow, I'm surprised that didn't get a single model. Wow.
Unlucky can you clear? And even with recon support, so he knew exactly the position. Helping Hands was not moving or action at all. This is really unlucky for him this time.
Yeah, when it comes to Stuka barrages, you want to see them do a little bit more than that. It's quite a costly investment, so... oh well, at some point I'm pretty sure it's going to be useful. You know, you've only got to get that one magical hit on it for it to do a lot of damage. But Helping Hands here, he's gone with the Valentine.
Yeah, it's interesting. He didn't went for a Cromwell, he went for the Valentine to save some fuel so he can take faster for the anvil stuff. To have more access to the concentration barrage and all other stuff. Which he already cashed right now anyway. I guess he should save now munition. I mean, he's throwing so many nades and have upgrades in this section, so he can't use the perimeter overwatch. It costs a lot of munition, so you have to save it now.
Absolutely. I mean, maybe they feel that they can be. Maybe they feel that they can be okay without it for a while. I mean, they're actually playing really well without the need for any of those kinds of call-ins. And you just have to look at Van Asten. I've got to say, I think Van Asten's played really, really well in this game so far. You know, he's managed to just cover with the support weapons. He's had the positioning correct time after time again. And it's just allowed Hans to play his own strategy really well to come back into this. Of course, Refer and Hooligan have got 435 VPs to play with, so they've got ages to sort the current situation out. And they're by no means out of this game at this moment.
When we have time, we can look on the stats right now, and you can see that it's quite equal from the kills. Both have a KD of 1-0, so nobody takes each other anything. 50, but the map looking very well right now for allies. It's up for Axis right now to do something. Another Stuka barrage coming in for the middle.
Yep. Again, totally useless.
Yeah, that's actually a problem right now for Axis. That's why allies can come back. He managed that everything the Stuka barrage would wipe a T-gun or a Maxim or Vickers, but 3 barrages, 1 kills. We really don't want to have that.
It's really funny, you know, seeing the dynamic between a 1v1 and a 2v2, because in a 2v2 I don't think you would really use what we call like RNG cannons, right? Because you want something that is reliable so that your micro is reflected in that. But the Stuka here in the 2v2 way more acceptable. And anyway, we just have another recon plane coming in. And I think you're right, you know, they're just trying to search for that sniper constantly. Both snipers that were built from Allies and Axis in this game are still on the field. And that's a really good sign of, you know, very good players playing in this game. They've both managed to avoid the counter-snipe and still make their snipers effective.
Yeah, you can see 19 kills on the Soviet sniper. Oh, Panzerwerfer barrage coming in. Maybe on the Vickers in the middle. It is, and also completely missing. Axis have no luck in indirect fire in this game. This is good. I mean, even this recon support still alive, which means the Panzerwerfer is way more accurate than Stormless shots.
Yeah, I mean, it's... you know what, like, the first one isn't working, so they've built a second one to see if they can get any luck with a different type of indirect fire, and it's not happening.
Not in this game.
I don't know about you, Stern Panther, but I would have given up at this point.
Yeah, it's very frustrating, man. Because if you remember on some other games, you're walking Stuka wiping stuff over stuff every single shot.
Yep.
And here it comes. Would be really funny. Van Asten is going now for Katyusha. If the Katyusha hits perfect, it wipes everything. This would be incredible.
Could this be the ultimate Katyusha that immediately wipes tons of squads and closes this game early?
to a rage quit surrender, yeah. Could be actually right now in this mood. Others are very stable now, and if they had the munition of Helping Hands, they could use in one commander the one-click ability to save the game. But not yet. Another T-gun comes in right now for Refero. 2 T-guns. T-43 on the left side.
Oh, we hear it firing. I think. Nope, that's actually the Stuka. Or the Panzerwerfer, sorry. In the center. Just missing the sniper, by the way, and then the Stuka comes in. Once again, I don't think that Stuka is performing at all. 5 kills at the moment.
The Maxim survived again with like 0 model at all, the one-man squad. Real unfortunate.
Just waiting for that Katusha to fire at the moment. We haven't seen it happen at all yet.
Fuma's trying to kill the sniper, missed the shot.
So we do just want to say, at this point of the game, by the way, Tier 4 is up for Austere at the moment, which makes Austere infantry a bit better. Of course, it's 10% cheaper now to reinforce team weapons. There's 2 less reinforcement costs for grenadiers. So actually, these units are a little bit easier to throw around the field. And the other thing, of course, that they cap a little bit quicker now as well. I think it's 25% Sturmpanther that they get an increase of capping with Tier 4 built.
Something like that, yeah. If you didn't change it.
It is, yeah, no, it is. I remember it's a 25% increase in capping speed. So actually, you know, Axis at this stage of the game, this kind of rewards them for surviving late into the game.
I'm sorry, Helping Hands wasn't going for Anvil, he actually went for Hammer, which is unnormal. Katusha firing now on the middle left side, trying to catch some weapon teams, but it seems like today every big fire missing in this game. But here comes the
see that.
lane.
Yep. IL-2 Sturmovik coming in, just harassing all of the infantry for Refero and Hooligan, and this is the moment that Hans and Von Asten have chosen to turn on perimeter overwatch and dive onto the enemy lines.
Yeah, both click the ability to completely push the Axis away. So we have to say left side is not capped yet, but 2 Pioneers going to left side to make the triple cap. And they need it, man. Others are still behind from victory points, but looking very strong right now. Panzerwerfer barrage coming into the middle of the Maxim. Maybe it's lucky this time.
Oh, there we go! Finally, we see the hit that we wanted to see, and that's 2 squad wipes there for Von Asten. I've got to say, Sturmpanther, it is noisy in my headphones right now. Really, really noisy. All these 3 planes, the Stukas going off, the IL-2 suppressing the infantry squads. Really is beautiful. And if only that Katusha was still here to rain down some shots onto the suppressed squads. Hans, by the way, has gone with hammer tactics and has brought out a Comet onto the field. Really, really strong vehicle to have against this composition.
But that's what we wanted to see, and that's what was actually looking for. 2 wipes. It's important, but actually no steal, so both Maxims are back in the hand from the Allies.
The sniper's trying to take down the T-3485. I think it's going to get a return shot here if it's not careful. Not sure what the objective was there.
Yeah, if you make attack move with sniper, you can always shoot on tanks or even bunkers and other stuff, sadly.
Let's see, we got the Katusha once again. I think it's going for the sniper. There was a pretty good hit there, but the sniper is going to be okay. Beautiful game. Helping Hands of Von Asten had a really, really rough start to this match, and they've kept their cool so far. And you know, it served them very well. They got down to 250 VPs so quickly, and they've barely dropped anything since. And you can see here, like, you know, look at the attention to detail. Hans here bringing the Comet in with the AT gun, attack moving the enemy pack 40 to destroy it when the opportunity comes up. Hans is always really good at that, and it just means now that Axis have to get another one, build a new one.
I have to say to all 4 players, they play very well. I just checked it out. Hooligan did not lost a single unit yet. Refer lost only his 2-2-2 in a 25-minute game. Also Helping Hands didn't lost a single wipe squad yet. And only the Maxine died from Aston, so well played to all 4 players here. Taking their units.
Did the artillery just wipe Volksgrenadier squad on the right-hand side? I think they did. Good job from Hans there with concentration. Yeah.
Another shooter coming in. With a water pit in the puck. Some damage. A lot of inward fire right now from Axis all the time, trying to catch some more wipes. And what I really liked it from Aston went now for M5 to say, okay, Refero, no weekends more for you.
Look at this mine, by the way. Sorry, Stormfather. Look at this mine next to Hooligan there. There's 2 squads like basically huddled around it.
Oh, look at the snipers. Look at the snipers. Oh. Little. Can you see him? Both right now in yellow cover, but I think he saw it.
Oh no, Von Asten's actually going to come out of cover, but I don't know if... Oh, the enemy sniper can see. Here's the counter snipe from Refero. It's going to happen. Refero wins the sniper battle. And he's running back to home, a proud man. But Von Asten, furious at this, is going to dive, I think, with the T-34-85. There's a Katusha on the retreat path as well. One more shot should do it. Oh, and he gets away.
Lucky, but well played there. Risky, but well played. But actually could going down here. Pumas trying to kill. Also 2 AT guns coming from Rev on the left side of the field. One only shot needs connected. 2 dive bombs come into the middle retreat point. Still on the range. And sniped. Nice play again from Refero. The double snipe.
Stormfather, I just managed to come out of the replay mode just as the Stuka was coming down to finish off that T-34-85. Such great positioning with that.
Awesome play there.
Well, I have to say, look, Refero and Hooligan here are playing like very resourcefully. You know, they've had the munitions here to get some serious damage done. They're packing a lot of veterancy on all of their squads at the moment, and you know, as long as they keep it cool, there's still time for them to make a comeback here. Hans and Von Asten to make sure they don't overextend themselves.
Panther right and Comet gets engine damage, but Panther can't deal alone, so has to back up. So Comet is safe, and yeah, it's really hard to tell right now who's winning, X or Allies. Allies lost the sniper and T-43, but still, Allies have 2 victory points under control. Another Stuka Barrage coming in the middle, looking for the Maxines probably. And the T-gun.
It's so sad, isn't it? I mean, really, the Stuka has just struggled. All game, it's struggled. What do we have coming in here then?
Fallschirmjägers from Hooligan.
Oh yeah.
Aston's not going for new sniper counter, he's going for another T-43 for the flanks. Maybe he's trying to flank, and maybe we can see this game a flank to kill the Panzerwehr and the Stuka. Would be nice. From right or left side. Kill the inward fire. And 5 kills the plane.
Well, Stone Panther, this has been an absolutely cracking game 1 so far. Exactly what we're expecting from this series. I've got to say, it's really, really tough to keep up with all the indirect fire that is on the field at the moment. To kind of find where every single one of these shots is landing. But there's activity everywhere. You know, the vehicles are all over. The fight is on three sides of the map. All players trying to utilize everything they have.
Panzer Barrage on the left side trying to kill the Maxine, but only health damage. And yeah, right side is always like, at the moment right now, Hooligan and Helping Hands fighting each other with Puma versus Comets. Trying to do some stuff. Harley's finally getting the right victory points. But he has to carry, he has to retreat through a Comet and intersection. So this could be a wipe on the right side of Harley's. Instant retreats there, but still if tanks are missing it. Could be a bad squad.
Oh, it's nice.
Coming in to try to save. Will it enough? Still in one intersection, 120 is chasing down. Comet misses the shot. Oh, one more down, and there got survived. Well played here from Helping Hands.
Absolutely. Elephant has just arrived on the field now. And Axis have actually managed to get the central VP and the VP on the left, which they're just starting to try and reinforce now. So actually Axis might be coming back into this a little bit. There's an IL-2 strafing run, which is just making things difficult at the moment for Axis to stay on the front lines. We have another Stuka barrage here, but Helping Hands has just made the retreat and very good timing.
Yeah, it was a mortar pit, as you already said. You just when the mortar pit was built, you said to me, Sturmpanzer, that this will be a good mortar pit, and it is. It has Vetri, 18 kills, make a lot of health damage all the time. Declude a Raketen there from nearly Puncher. And Axis are forcing right side all the army. Panther, Elephant, Puma, trying to deal with the comets from Helping Hands.
It's funny that you need that amount of vehicle response just to deal with the comet from Hands. Hands obviously being very, very threatening on that side.
The left side we have 1C34 facing a T-gun, got 2 shots, so he has to back up. Also nice, Minesweeper here clearing the S-mine fields in the Pharaoh. Tusha coming in, and they had both T-guns, now on the MGs. And actually got a grenade wipe to a rocket.
Oh! 2 rockets there, finish off the MG42 on the retreat. Very unfortunate there for Refero.
It's a double wipe, and as Wehrmacht player you don't get wiped. It hurts so much as Wehrmacht player to get a wipe. Faction doesn't allow that. Counter barrage, Panzerwerfer middle. Doing nothing, but it was a max range to be fair.
Oh, this is a great stun grenade from the Stern Pioneers on the right. Just buys them a little bit of time to retreat, allows the Volks Grenadiers to get an incendiary grenade off, and this time Helping Hands not avoiding it, actually runs straight into it. Going to be forced to retreat from that engagement as well. Really good play from the Axis right now. They've done so well to get on top of the VPs. They've got a control on the right-hand side of the map now, and the left. So allies, I mean, Helping Hands of Von Asten, they've got to be careful here. They don't want to like bunch.
Von Asten with a new sniper. Fair didn't saw the new sniper yet. He has 0 kills. If he shoots right now on his section, it's a dead sniper. Go for it.
Good spot, Panther. Good spot.
Range.
Here it is. Revenge will be sweet, and it is. The new sniper gets it immediately. Here we've got a Stuka barrage on the retreat. Is it actually around where the sniper is? It nearly killed Von Asten's sniper on the retreat.
Oh, that would be so coincidence, man. He was not aiming for the sniper would be died there. We have now 2 comets on the right side, so right side is definitely in the hand. And the Puma could be going down, 1 more shot through his schematic, hopes up the smoke. Comet chasing into for 3 as well. Panther tries to block the shot, and it saves the Puma. Is he still chasing? No.
Probably could have chased there, but I think they're trying to play it safe.
Elephant shoots a 35, 35 has to back it, and it's risky for Axis. Yes, they have an Elephant, but he has a Comet, and 2 Comets actually, and 1 C24, so maybe we see a flank and a ram with a dead Elephant, so he has to play very careful with that.
Yeah, it's a really tough mechanic, and they need to have some kind of AT guns maybe just sat in the wings behind the Elephant to stop that flank. Position here, I'm not sure is the best.
And so we're coming on the Maxine from Brits. Almost cleared it out. New Recon play from Refera, but the M3 just immediately killed it again, the Recon plane, so it's a waste of munition. If Soviet has M3, save it. Another Katyusha coming in for Von Asten, so they said, okay, we have enough tanks, time for indirect fire, to clear out all their T-guns. Observation barrage coming in somewhere from Helping Hands. In the middle, and the Elephant.
Oh gosh, it's actually going to get a stun on the Elephant. And the Elephant's got rear armor facing at the moment, but I assume it's just trying to get into the position. I think we've got that second Katyusha firing right now. and it's quite far up the map on the MG42 that's just come in. Another stun from the British artillery. Stuns the Panzer IV. But it looks okay at the moment. Only an AT gun lost there, I think.
Yeah, it's forward. Here comes the next Katusha, that he aims as could instant shoot again, but waiting for targets. Important, if you're trying to stop the victory bleed with from Grenadier, can probably, but then have to retreat with Student 4.
Oh, I've got to say, all 4 players are really giving it their all. Just seen some really good dodges, some really good awareness. But it's really, really difficult for Axis. They maybe lost that control they had at the start of the game. And it's been really tough for them. They're now up against a really, really big problem. You've got the quad cal for Von Asten here on his Soviet M5. Sorry, Soviet half-track, so he's able to deal with any of the recon planes that come in. They've got their own sniper for recon, so they're able to tell the movements of the Axis at all times. Hans is going to be able to lay down better concentration barrages with the recon from the sniper. It's a really, really brutal loadout that the Axis are up against. I'm really wondering what they're going to be able to do here.
Yeah, it's everyone. Katusha coming in the middle victory point. Round, and she just dodged walking forward, and Skipbane's coming now in from Asten to say, no, that's my victory point, go away. Actually, I'm wondering, like, this is the 3rd time from Asten's using the L2 strafe, and he skills, AE, anti-air aircraft from the Axis players. We need them to shut down the plane.
Well, I hope dropping that smoke was worth it, because the Stuka reconnaissance plane was down near immediately. Hooligan here, got to be really careful. There have been mines laid down by Helping Hands on the right-hand side. But you can see here that Hooligan is desperate to get onto that VP on the right. Stern Pioneers are there. They do have the support package, but they haven't got it up at the moment, so they are going to get snared by the mine immediately. He doesn't want that squad to get suppressed and have to retreat.
Before's in trouble, hit on mine, 1 more shots needs to connect from the Comet, and the OKW before going down. Helping Hands saw it and got it. Again, prefers that.
Of course, by the way, the Panzer IV there just died to the Comet, which we didn't catch whilst we were watching that.
Rumber is now on the field for a Pharaoh, trying to deal with infantry, but I think a Panda would be better. T43 comes down the left side to the flank, trying to get a Panzerwerfer.
Oh no. The shot misses. The Elephant is going to try to block here, meaning that Von Asten just manages to block it with the tail. A little bit of ghosting there because both vehicles were moving. And Rafero is just desperate to get the Panzerwerfer out, but it's taken down. Was it worth the sacrifice of a T-34? I don't know. I don't know that it was that affected. However, Hans and Von Asten are now just starting to push all the way up outside the Axis base.
Yeah, I would say it was definitely worth it. If you look right now on the manpower, the fuel, which Von Asten has 700 manpower, 200 fuel, while Rafero is only 200. So it was worth it for him. 35 goes almost down to the Elephant. But their victory points are right now very good for allies, so Axis has to do something. Katusha coming out to the left side on the MG, missing every rocket. And here comes the Puma, hunting for Katushas. Von Asten is not breaking fast enough. First shot misses on max range.
Oh, I love it. What a brilliant play, Stone Panther. What a brilliant play. It's like a game of rugby and he's just spotted a hole in the enemy lines and he's just taken it. The Puma manages to get both of the Katushas down. Can he get out of the situation now? Of course, the Su-85 is low health, so it maybe gives a little bit of time. The shot doesn't quite connect as well. And the Su-85 goes down. What a huge, huge play from Hooligan.
What a throw, man. What a throw from us. 3 losses, big losses. And here we are. X are back in this game right now. Perfect Puma flank. Wow, I didn't expect it. I was just to say the game's already over, and yeah. 1 minute later,
absolutely
turned around.
You cursed it, Stern Panther. You cursed it. Just want to point out, whilst we were watching that beautiful replay of the play from Hooligan, his Puma did die to the Valentine, so Helping Hands came straight round to defend that again. So this is good from Rafero. Actually, by going for the Brumbear, they're going to be able to keep units off of that central VP and not worry too much about you know, the enemy tanks, because Brumbear has some very high armor. It will, as long as it's supported by the Elephant and the Panther, it should do very well.
Yeah, right now X are very strong. Also the Comets are low HP, one on the base, so he needs to prepare for that. And he has only one Pioneer, so Soviet has to help him. And maybe he can use some caches right now, what he's doing right now. He has 1000 manpower, but he's pop capped.
On the right-hand side, by the way, Stuka reconnaissance plane drops smoke over the Vickers machine gun. That's going to allow Hooligan to capture that point. Smart capping, really. And now he's, I think, trying to maybe utilize the smoke there to get around the back of the machine gun. Instead, he's just decided better that we cap the VP, I think, at this point. Is Brumbear going for that sniper? I think he takes the guess shot.
This was a try, and another Panther is now on the field for Axis, so Axis have a way stronger army right now. I'm not sure how Allies can come back right now from that. 2 Panthers, Elephant, Brumbear. This is 135. And 2 Comets.
Imagine how stressed. Imagine how stressed these players are right now, Stern Panther. There's so much going on. Just see the Stuka making its way up to the right-hand side. I think Hooligan wants to try and deal with units capping the VP over here. We'll see how that goes. Of course, they're building too, so might have taken some additional losses there, but no major damage. Stuka, 30 kills now, but I can't even tell you how difficult it's been to have that Stuka get 30 kills.
Yeah, especially if you're seeing in the first 3 barrages 1 kill, but it seems like it's working right now, making some hits finally. And yeah, we see actually Elephant with 2 Brumbears from Referral. So like 1 Brumbear will protect the left victory point, 1 Brumbear in the middle victory point, to completely deny von Asten capping everywhere else.
Just see here, by the way, Von Asten's sniper has been invaluable in this game. This is the second sniper, but as he's capping now, you can just see the vision that he gets. He's going to be able to help predict any attack that's coming into the center and get rid of that. Of course, we just see Refero here, who brings in a recon plane to see exactly where that sniper is.
Here comes the Brumbear. He's trying to kill the Brumbear shot, maybe say, but has to take care because of our engine. He could get engine damage if Hans is snaring it. He does. So Allies are able to cap the middle victory point, and also left side victory point is in the hand of the Allies because Brumbear is moving away. Atigan gets the recruit on the Flamer Pioneers. Brumbear facing real armor to 385, gets a nice hit there. Also this gun is good position here, so Refero is changing left to left, and he gets the sniper with the Brumbear shots.
Stern Panther, I didn't see the sniper there, I'm afraid. Let's see where that was. But Stern Panther, there's a lot to keep up with at the moment. I can hear some more indirect fire coming on. The Katyushas just trying to clear out the VP at the center. This huge return fire on the Brumbear as the Su-85 gets some shots off, and the Elephant that's going to be chasing the Su-85. And that's a really big unit to take down. You've got the 2 Panthers, which are trying to deal with the Comets on the right-hand side. Hans, I think, saw that one was very, very low health. Decided to chase a little bit, but it's not worth it. And now just have a look at this, by the way. 2 of the VPs are going to go into Axis hands again. Left and middle VP. That was a really close cap for Hooligan. You can see the health there on his Stern Pioneers.
Yeah, and also the Panthers preparing right now in the mesh. So all fall back, but well, right now Allies have to try to cap somehow the victory point. There are 2 Brumbears around. A Storm Sys gun coming to the middle as well, but yeah, better to go base, low HP.
I mean, they've got the mortar pits, so they should be able to drop smoke and sit in there surely, but then, you know, then the situation is, of course...
Brumbear would be hard.
Yeah.
Snaring the Brumbear, but not enough damage.
Oh, that's a huge hit from the Brumbear there. Again, there's more shots from the Stuka. In fact, actually, that's on the right-hand side. That's Hooligan trying to clear out this VP. But Brumbear's here, going in for a bit of a dive on the Zis gun. Going to decrew the Zis gun.
Also, the T-gun in the middle from Hans, so right now, Brumbear is way working better for Refer than his Panzerwerfer. Brumbear doing his job, killing everything. And yeah, Van Asten is really low in pop cap right now, 40 pop cap. Rebuilding the 35 with the elephants. I think Helping Hands has to push in of this comet. He has to try to off-guard one of the Brumbears.
Yeah, I mean, look, they're not called the Comet for nothing. They're called the Comet because they're able to orbit enemy tanks with incredible efficiency, and I think we're about to see that now. We don't have any war speed, but Hans, I think he was trying to get around the back. I think he's going to lose that tank. There's a bit of smoke that he popped down earlier, so just narrowly avoids a ground attack from Refero's Elephant. Second Comet there to block. Really, really good from Hans, managing to save that unit. Essential right now. Katyushas, they're just trying to deal with any of the support weapons which are defending the center VP. And Von Asten just throwing units in. Really, really hoping that they can get something. Refero, by the way, is bringing out a Panther. There is so much Axis infantry on the field. Axis vehicles on the field, sorry. How are they going to deal with this?
Alpha. So, right now he comes again, another skill play from Von Asten, but it doesn't matter because they have no infantry right now to cap, and this double Bomber doing their job. And G got the recruit though. The British people coming in now. In the middle, probably. And then G get his completely destroyed.
You know what? Like, Refero has just spotted a really, really good opportunity here. He's going to go for the Katyusha. He saw where it fired. Von Asten did not reverse that unit. Although it just gets decrewed, it is not actually destroyed. Su-85 there finds itself in a bad position. Refero able to get a rear armor shot with the Elephant. The Panther from Hooligan going to come and try and finish it off, but it hasn't got the accuracy whilst moving to get that golden shot on.
Wait,
and this is just a dive from the Axis now. I think they realise that you know, the VPs just aren't there for the Axis to reclaim. I don't think they have any chance of doing it. So dive everything in. Doesn't matter if it gets lost. Just keep the Allied units off of the map. And wow, what a game one for today's games to be showing. Like, I think we're gonna have a really, really good series on our hands.
It was so open all the time, and at one time I saw that, okay, Allies got it, and then this one Puma flame completely turned around the game. 2 Katyushas and 135 down. That was the turnaround. And GG, here we are, first game, going to Refero and Hooligan with 60 victory points.
GG.